Live from the WDIO broadcast studios, this is Good Morning Northland on WDIO WIRT.
Rain has been steadily coming down since about 7 o'clock last night here in the Twin Ports, and this rain combined with below freezing temperatures is causing some slick roads. The freezing rain has closed a few schools and caused some delays as well. Good morning, Northland. It's Friday, January 11th. I'm Brittany Falkers, and let's go right away to meteorologist Ben Derry. Ben, it was pretty foggy and icy for my drive to work. What can folks expect out there now?
Well, it is a little slick, Brittany, in some spots around the Northland, and some more so than others. Let's take a look at some of the weather headlines that we are talking about. Now, most of us are underneath this freezing rain advisory, all those areas in kind of that deep blue color. That's where we are seeing some spotty, freezing drizzle and some slick spots, especially areas in the higher elevations. Not so much areas right near Lake Superior, but once you get up on top of the hill and further inland, that's where we are seeing some ice accumulations. Now, that deep purple color, that's a different story. This includes Cass County, Itasca County, and Coochin County. That's an ice storm warning. That's where we are seeing some very slick roads out there. The law enforcement there has been saying that there has been some very hazardous travel out there. If you do live in any of those counties, just be advised there is going to be some slick roads. Now, here's a look at road conditions right now. The blue color is indicating fair conditions, just some wet and icy roads, especially those roads less traveled. If you are traveling around the range, there has been a few reports of some spotty freezing drizzle and some freezing rain out there, and also the red colors indicating hazardous travel. If you plan on traveling west on Highway 2, say west of Grand Rapids, you are going to find some ice on the roadways, especially up along Highway 71 and 38 right through Big Fork. So that's where the bad conditions are going to be. Most of us are just going to see very thick fog, a little slick out there this morning. Make sure you do take it easy, but temperatures are going to be warming back up above freezing later this morning, so road conditions should continue to improve as we head further into this morning. But keep in mind the bottom of your screen showing where we do have the school closings and any school delays, and we'll get you through the day. We'll have more updates in just a few minutes.
Alrighty, thanks, Ben. Well, authorities in Superior say the icy roads were not a factor in a major crash that killed one and injured another. The Superior Police Department says it happened around 5:30 p.m. at Hill Avenue and North 28th Street last night. Superior Chief Chuck Legess says a pickup truck carrying two turned left across the path of a fuel truck heading southbound. The crash killed the passenger in the pickup and injured the driver, who was taken to a Duluth hospital. The driver of the semi-truck was not injured. Names are being withheld until family members can be notified. The number of flu deaths across the nation continues to grow, and flu deaths are happening right here in Duluth. We now know 6 flu-related deaths have happened in the Twin Ports. Since the start of the season, Minnesota has had 1,100 confirmed cases of the flu, and as reporter Maria Anderson explains, state health officials are on high alert.
The Minnesota Department of Health is telling everyone,
please, we implore you to stay home when you are sick.
Yesterday, 5 confirmed flu deaths in the state. Today, that number jumps to 27. And here in the Northland, Duluth hospitals are feeling the pressure. St. Luke's reports 1 death from the flu, while Essentia Health says 5 people have died in the past 2 weeks, all whom had the virus. It has health officials setting up influenza wards to isolate some patients and asking the public to take every precaution. Infectious disease expert at St. Luke's, Dr. Linda Vanetta, says this year's vaccine is a good match.
The vaccine is effective. There's a lot of it available. Still not too late to get a vaccine. That's the best way to prevent influenza.
While she says the vaccine is the surest way to avoid the flu, it's not 100%, and people need to do their part to help stop the spread any way they can.
Use good cough etiquette wherever you are, and then lots of hand washing.
But most importantly, if you have flu symptoms, that high fever, muscle aches, and sore throat, stay home.
If you are sick, we recommend you stay home, not expose yourself to other people who might be at risk to have complications of influenza.
In Duluth, Mari Anderson, Eyewitness News.
According to the Center for Disease Control and Prevention, the flu outbreak in Wisconsin isn't quite as intense, but is still classified as widespread with more than 1,200 confirmed cases. And if you haven't gotten your flu shot, experts say it's not too late. Essentia Health in Duluth is bringing back its walk-in flu shot booths to meet the recent demand. Vaccines will be available from 9 to 5 today in the lobby of Essentia's First Street building. No appointment necessary. The flu booth will also be open next week. And you can visit the health page on our website, wdio.com. We've posted all of that information for you there. Well, in other news this morning, a judge says the Duluth police officer accused of assault has requested a change of venue. That police officer is Richard Jopie, seen here in this video hitting a man in a wheelchair after being hit in the face himself. This was recorded at Duluth's detox facility in September. Jopie was scheduled for a pre-trial hearing yesterday, but the judge reset that hearing for late next month. Jopie faces an assault and disorderly conduct charge. Well, the just resigned fire chief in Babbitt is under federal investigation. Ryan Sharber submitted his resignation to the city council, which accepted it on Wednesday night. Law enforcement sources say he is under investigation on the federal level, although local investigators are also working on the case and could not release details about the investigation. However, Babbitt Police Chief Chad Lowen says a complaint was made to the city about Sharber before his resignation, but since he's resigned, the city will not need to investigate further. As for the new fire chief, the website lists Trent McDowell. A call to Sharber was not returned. Well, police in Cloquet say the ex-husband of an attempted murder suspect is missing. This is 37-year-old John Edwin Bemis. Police say he was last seen on Monday, a day after the shooting in Cloquet. Bemis used to be married to Marie Majurley, who's been charged for allegedly shooting her current husband, Richard. Police say Bemis is not a suspect, but a possible material witness. It's believed he's traveling in his GMC pickup along with his motorcycle. If you have information, please call the Cloquet Police. Well, after years of construction, the Duluth International Airport will open its brand new terminal today. A grand opening ceremony will be held for the new facility this afternoon at 3 o'clock. Many speakers will be on hand to celebrate the big event, including Senator Amy Klobuchar, Lieutenant Governor Yvonne Pretner-Solon, and others. And a dedication plaque will be unveiled at the end of the ceremony. And you can get your first look at the new terminal tomorrow. A community open house takes place from noon to 4 o'clock. The first flights leave the new building on Monday. Well, coming up on Good Morning Northland, a group makes getting legal help easier for veterans. We'll explain, but first, the time is now 5:07, and Ben will be in next with a look at those icy conditions out there after the break, so don't go away.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us today. I'm Samantha Marotra. We want to start with what's on everyone's mind today, the weather. Our chief meteorologist, Justin Lyles, joins us now, and he's braving some very strong winds out there. Justin, can you let us know what's happening?
Well, the winds have really picked up here in the last half hour to 45 minutes, and the snow was slow getting here, but about in the last half hour to 45 minutes, the snow is really starting to accumulate rather quickly. Now, you'll notice that I am protecting the side of my face because the winds have picked up, and there's nothing better than what it feels like to have ice pellets hitting you in the side of the face like you're just getting blasted by a sandblaster. But you can see just how windy it really has become. You can probably even hear it just through the microphone. But we are looking at some bad road conditions out there across the Northland, and you can see that areas of Wisconsin and areas into just south of the Twin Ports are getting hit the hardest. Now, we just received a report that the DOT is emphasizing that no travel is requested, or they're emphasizing that you do not travel if you live south of the Cloquet area on Interstate 35.
Well, the first funeral services for the 20 children killed in the deadly shooting at the Sandy Hook Elementary School in Newtown, Connecticut will be held today. So now let's go live to ABC's Tamon Bradley, who has the latest.
Good morning. Today will be another difficult day for this grieving community. The first funerals for some of the victims will be held, and last night's prayer vigil, attended by President Obama, is something this community and country will not soon forget.
Josephine.
The more than 900 mourners who packed Newtown.
Many people are waking up and learning about this morning, and for the very latest details on this tragic situation, let's head to Washington, D.C., where ABC Tamon Bradley is live.
Good morning, I'm Taman Bradley. Terrifying moments overnight in suburban Denver. At least 14 people dead, 50 wounded, and a mass shooting overnight at the premiere of the new Batman movie, The Dark Knight Rises.
Good morning, Northland. It is Friday, December 7th. I'm Brittany Folkers.
And I'm Ben Derry, and we are here live at the Coppertop Church here in Duluth for our annual Have a Heart, Help a Neighbor food drive.
And it is a great event, a great day to come out and do some friendly neighborhood giving.
I'd say so. So we've been out here for about an hour and a half or so, and it's not quite as cold as what it was last year. That's what people have been telling us. How are you feeling this morning?
I'm feeling pretty comfortable. I'm feeling good. We're getting the donations going. Everybody's kind of got that good spirit of giving going on.
Yeah, definitely. There was even some Christmas music playing here earlier this morning. We hope you are in the holiday spirit, because we certainly are here on Good Morning Northland this morning. Now, we're going to toss it over to Brittany.
Thanks, Ben. And usually when it's this cold out, we're not always thinking about baseball, but that's what we're doing this morning. We got Harley the Husky here and Michael, who is the owner of the Huskies, and we have a really awesome thing that these guys are doing. Tell us a little bit about it.
Well, thanks very much. We do appreciate having the opportunity to be here this morning. The Duluth Huskies want to be an integral player, certainly, in what is going on here. We've got a lot of people that need assistance during this time of the year, and the Huskies are very happy to have been able to make a generous donation here of tickets and make that $25 contribution. You're going to get a free complimentary ticket.
Thank you all for stopping by and coming to watch us. We'll be here till 9 o'clock, and we'll have the Marshall School take it away.
Lo, how a rose blooming from tender stem has sprung, of Jesse's lineage coming, as men of old have sung. It came a floweret bright amid the cold of winter, when half spent.
So let's check in one final time with Lori Stribling, who's live at the deck. Lori?
Brittany, I've been out here all morning, but I have to say this might be my favorite part. I've never ridden a Zamboni, let alone with Donald Duck. I don't know, do you have a driver's license? I'm not sure. Oh, I think he might have a driver's license. If not, he's driving anyway.
Let's talk about the TIV, the Tornado Intercept Vehicle. What are some of the qualities that you can tell us based on the outside here?
Well, this vehicle weighs 7 tons, so the weight of the vehicle helps keep us planted when we intercept tornadoes. These flaps come all the way down, and their main role is to block the wind from getting under the vehicle. So we try to funnel the wind over the top of the vehicle, and when that accelerates over the top, it kind of helps plant the vehicle. It pushes down on it. Also, as long as we're not on pavement, if we're on a gravel road such as this or a dirt road, we can utilize these spikes. So these front spikes go a little over 3 feet into the ground, and then we have 2 spikes on the rear that go in a little over 2 feet.
I don't understand what you've seen or all you have done, but if I could bring you peace today, my battle would be won.
Well, Mary wore 3 links of chain, every link was Jesus' name. Keep your hands on the plow and hold on, hold on, hold on. Keep your hands on the plow and hold on.
And Jess is going to show us some of the moves that you can learn if you try out hot yoga. So let's get started here.
And let's inhale, reach up towards the ceiling, and you can kind of back bend a little bit. And then as you exhale, you're going to swan dive down, keeping that back nice and flat.
Ben and I are here with Minnesota's first licensed wine educator, instructor, David DeVere. Welcome to the show, David.
Thank you for having me.
And you're going to be giving us a little lesson in wine.
Right, we're going to do a mini wine tasting this morning. So wine tasting, the difference between tasting and drinking is thinking. Okay? So you have to train.
That makes sense.
Right, you have to train your senses to appreciate wine.
And we have a list of the wine temperatures right now in degrees, from red wines to complex white wines to those light fruity red wines. Pretty interesting stuff.
So now take it up to your nose and give it a big sniff. I mean, really stick your nose in there and smell it. Now, do you smell that grapefruit?
I can definitely smell that grapefruit, especially after smelling that and then smelling this.
So we can hear the steam coming out. You can see it right here, too. So how long are we going to put this in here for?
3 minutes a pound plus 5 minutes. These are 14-pound birds, so, you know.
All right, perfect.
You just take and inject it into the meaty part of the bird. Try and go a couple directions.
So is there a technique to finding that perfect spot to start injecting it, or do you just kind of find the meatiest part?
I like to find the meatiest part. You could go in here and go either direction. I like to go in there and get that area and then just redirect it to the front.
And there's so many great varieties on the market that really you couldn't go wrong with anything that's out there. Or you could make your own as well.
Patting this on pretty good. Do we want every single side? Or
yeah, I would turn it over.
All right.
And I've got a couple bites for you to try there too, Ben.
I'm going to give this a try, and I just know I'm going to love it. You do such good work for us.
Well, thank you. Well, I know the crew loves all the samples that they get at the end of the shoot.
All right, we're going to try this. That's just fantastic.
Yeah.
The spices that we used on there are just terrific. And again, you can use it with pretty much anything. It's just that versatile meat.
Hi everybody, I'm here at the Minnesota Wine Exchange in downtown Duluth. Now, what kind of wine are we going to be trying with this?
This is an Irene's Blush out of Cannon River Winery.
Okay.
And it's got a little sweetness to it, but it's got a nice blend of the grapes too that they grow down there.
I'm going to have to drink a little bit more of this before we go.
Sounds good.
Well, thanks so much, Debbie. It's really quite delicious, and this is just a sampling of the hors d'oeuvres and the wine here. You got to come check it out yourself and try the pairings. Thank you so much, Debbie, for letting us in. Thank you.
Cheers.
Cheers. I'm here with Brad and Amy Herzog, and you two have been traveling for many years, and now you're doing it in the RV. You've been doing that for a while.
We did 314 days on the road, and mostly in 1996, and we fell in love with the RV experience. So now, for 13 years in a row, summers in a row, we've done it in an RV, and it's more than just a way of getting from point A to point B. It's just sort of traveling in comfort with the adventure of the open road, and you know, feeling like with our kids that they can keep to the same routine every day. So we just love the whole experience.
Did you know that one of the most unique hotels in the country is right here in the Northland? Northern Rail Train Car Suites in Two Harbors was recently named the 6th most quirky hotel in the country by the popular travel website TripAdvisor. So Ben and I had to check this place out. We're here in Two Harbors at the Northern Rail Train Car Suites.
This place has been dubbed as one of the top most quirkiest, craziest, most unusual hotels in the country, and we're going to find out why.
So let's go check it out.
All right.
Hi, welcome to Northern Rail Train Car Suites. I'm Cindy, the manager.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
So tell us a little bit about this place.
Well, Northern Rail Train Car Suites was the brainchild of a gal named Linda Ellens. She stayed in a converted caboose in Napa Valley and decided she wanted to build something with train cars. We are a unique hotel with a B&B feel. We are small, we're different. That's what most B&Bs are, is very small, very different. Most people, when they get their room key, they'll turn and go down the hallway and go, oh my, it looks like a train station. The concept was the depot and platform of a train station where trains would be coming and going and you'd have a center hallway. Well, that's what this is. All of our rooms are themed. We have some Victorian rooms, and Linda chose that as a representation of the Orient Express. Some safari rooms that was in reference to the safari trains of the 1920s. Linda wanted some things that were North Shore related, so she did a couple of lighthouse rooms, a golf room, like hit the little white ball golf, and a fishing room.
Now these hotel rooms are in these original box cars before they were retired. On each car they have their own identification number as well as some graffiti, and underneath these aren't the original rails. They had to build their own tracks and then lay the box cars on top.
At first she looked for cabooses and they weren't available. The railroad doesn't use them anymore. So she ended up with box cars, and she called a place in the Twin Cities and said, do you sell used box cars? They said, yes, we do. She said, how much? And they told her, and she said, I'll take 10. Do you deliver? And that kind of started it all, and they delivered them by rail to Two Harbors. They brought in the train cars piece by piece. They brought them in. They had to bring the wheels in first. The trucks is what it's called. It's the wheelbases. There's per car. There's 2 sets. And they brought those in first, and then they brought the boxes in and put them down, and then the next set of wheels, the next box, hooked them together, and did that 10 times. Graffiti is all original to the cars. Nothing has been changed, added to. Well, there's one in the hallway that we did have to change. It was not a good word.
Now, when you enter your rooms, like this one might just seem like your average Victorian-style room, but you're quickly reminded when you look up that you're in a boxcar. These mechanisms were actually used to keep the boxcars in place when they were still in use, and you can find more interesting details on your ceiling.
A lot of the ceilings they're all a plywood type of ceiling, and some of them have signatures. People who have ridden the rails, the hobos, they like to be called rail riders now, not hobos. And in room 208 is our most famous signature. It's not really famous, but it's Bad Bob, the wild albino. It is said that that particular room that he still visits. Who knows?
You've been nominated as the craziest, quirkiest. What's your favorite one?
Well, we're on 4 lists. The first one is Peter Greenberg's list of the world's 10 most unusual hotels, and I think that's my favorite one because we are unusual. We're different. Quirky is different. The rooms are themed. The rooms are in train cars. It's kind of quirky.
We really did have a lot of fun at the Northern Rail Train Car Suites, and we want to thank Cindy Ryder and her staff for being so welcoming and showing us around.
And we'll have more details on this quirky place at our website, wdio.com.